We're David and David, and you're at Outsider Tart in London, an American-style bakery, and today we're going to show you some tips and tricks on frosting and finishing cakes. I'm going to show you how to make cookie frosting. Okay, well, a quick way to get a nice finish on a cake that you're working on is to take about 1.5 cups of powdered sugar and put it in a bowl, and then a nice fruity glaze that goes well. Pineapple's a nice one. It's got a nice citric bite to it, as well as it's somewhat sweet. So you just take a little of your pineapple juice. You can also use crushed pineapple, which also has some nice juice in it, and it gives you chunks, which is nice. And mix that in, fold it in gently into your powdered sugar, not to create a big old cloud. Always worried about that, messing up your whole kitchen. And don't worry if you add a little too much liquid, you can always go back in and add in more powdered sugar to either firm it up, or you can just have a nice runny glaze. If you add the glaze that we're making to a hot cake or muffin, or cookie even for that matter, it will thin out and spread very nicely across the whole cookie. So it's better to start out with a thicker glaze. In this case, we're going to act as if our cake has been cooled already. So we want a slightly thinner glaze, which is where we've ended up. The way you can tell the difference, to mix all this together, is how it falls off your spatula. So it's best to do this in a bowl with a spatula, because as you see, I'm flattening it out, which is getting all the lumps out of the sugar. So we have none left. And then scrape it all down. If you look on our blade, it comes off in ribbons. So here we have a cookie that I made earlier, which happens to be coconut and macadamia nut cookie. So on that, we've made a nice glaze, which happens to be pineapple to go with it, so we can have a nice tropical flavored cookie. What we're going to do is take a large spoon. I like working with a large spoon because you can use it for two things. One, getting it out of the bowl, and two, the back of the spoon makes a great paddle to spread the frosting once you're done. So always start out in the very center of the cookie when you're working with the glaze. In this case, our cookie happens to be cold, so you want your glaze a little runnier than if your cookie was warm. So that's a pretty good dollop that's right in the center. It's starting to spread, which is perfect. You don't want to go to the edge because it's going to spread naturally on its own. So you want to start out very tight in the center, and then from there, take the back of your spoon and spread, leaving a good bit of distance. Always start out in the center, leaving a good bit of distance from the edge of the cookie, because it'll continue spreading on its own once you're done, and that way you have a nice shape. And that's how you make cookie frosting.